Good evening, one and all. It is time for our next edition of Roblox. Here on Plainfield TV, we're glad you're with us tonight. Trying to get the game started up here, but so far we're having some issues doing so. Oh, right, I forgot I had I had another copy of it running. Just quit. I forgot I had started a second copy, but... Alright. The game should now be able to start this time. And while we wait for that, while I try to get the game loaded, we're going to go ahead and do the Wordle for today. Plus talk about some stuff that happened since our Downers Grove live stream earlier this morning. Let's see. Dream? No. Let's see if it's meats. No, it can't be that. What could it be? Alright, well, what could it be? Alright, let's see if it finally loads this time. Well, I know it's not cream, considering what we have tried already. Can't really think of anything. I can't really think of any other words that would work. Just sweep. I have no. Amaze was the word today. Yeah, sometimes it just takes forever on that screen. Alright, well, still trying to get the game to start up. But while we're waiting for that, I can go ahead and show you a few things. Ah, there you are. It took forever. It took forever, but now it logged me out. Probably because it failed to sign in. So, give me 1 second here while I... Did it literally sign me out of everything? I don't know how that could be. Well, while I figure this out, let me make sure that the dialogue is not showing. Alright, good. The dialogue is not showing up. So while I get this issue sorted out, there wasn't really too much going on in terms of things today, in terms of work and whatnot. Really, all it was just updating and resetting the Chromebooks that were able to be repaired, plus making sure that any remaining charging cables and power strips and today did headphones for the little kids, making sure that those work. So there were actually a little more headphones that were broken than power cables. So where did it end up? Might have ended up in the junk folder somewhere. I'm not seeing it at all. Oh, maybe it hasn't linked to my Xbox profile. That's probably what happened. So it didn't link to my Xbox profile. So let me try it again. So yeah, it must have linked to the, but okay, but that's interesting how that happened, because it's not supposed to be happening. Try it again. I must have taken the app off the phone. Yeah, they keep making changes and then something went wrong. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I might have to wait for it to disappear. But yeah, we're gonna try to work. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix this issue and see if I can get it going. But yeah, I didn't have time to do any sort of troubleshooting before we even started today. But if not, we might have to do something else. But while we're attempting to troubleshoot the problem, this is what today's severe weather risk looks like. And when I came home, I saw this slight risk right here was what prompted a severe thunderstorm watch for Northwest Indiana. And the only radio that activated was my MD319 because that's the only one that is on. But I also discussed earlier in the Downers Grove stream, for those of you who may have missed it, this right here. This does not look good. This does not look good at all. This right here is a day 2 moderate convective risk for central and parts of northern Illinois and even into northwest Indiana. So this is something that we are definitely going to be keeping our eyes on over the next... Yeah, definitely something we're going to be keeping our eyes on here over the next few days. Okay, there we go. That got the game to close. Now let me try it again. Or maybe I'll try or maybe if we end up with the same issue, I'll try launching it on a different computer and see if I can get it to log in that way. But I'm just going to let it run once and not try to launch it a gazillion times. But yeah, this is the risk that we're more concerned about. This moderate right here. And in fact, the National Weather Service in Chicago has actually already decided to postpone the weekly test for tomorrow. So it's going to be conducted on Thursday morning instead. Now, that Thursday and Friday this week will not be Downers Grove days, so I actually will be home to see the test happen. Live. And then if we look at their latest briefing, this was as of this was as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. So they're talking about another regional outbreak. So the last packet will be issued by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. That will be the last one for this event. Currently, 2 rounds are forecasted. The first is it is severe, but it's not going to be as severe. And then round 2, this is actually going to be the worst. This is going to be the worst one. So pretty much this is almost going to be a repeat of what we saw last week with that large violent tornado in Streator and then EF1 in Bartlett. I saw there were a few other reports too, but it's going to take some time for them to put together a page that goes over all those reports from the severe weather outbreak last week. Well, actually, both rounds. The derecho on Wednesday last week, and then last week's moderate risk that happened on Thursday. And then if we scroll down, this is page 2. This is the overview of what the forecast looks like. So again, they're talking about several rounds of thunderstorms being possible, and then fast moving, especially during the afternoon and evening. This is what they're expecting. And of course, they're still uncertain about how the thunderstorms that come through early in the day will impact where the warm front's going to go. Not sure what photo this was, if this was from last week, but it doesn't show a date, but it shows who took the picture. And also with the location of the warm front, that being the focus for the most damaging tornadoes out of this whole thing. But of course, as of right now, the best thing to do is keep apprised of all the forecasts, and in case of power outages, make sure mobile devices are charged. I'm pretty sure that my relatives definitely kept their mobile phones charged, because both were without power for days. One part of Oak Lawn, as I've discussed already, was without power for 4 or 5 straight days. It started Wednesday night when the 80 mile an hour storms went through, and then it didn't come back until Friday or Saturday, either of those two. But regardless, they were without power for 3 to 5 days. And I heard one had to relocate to a different part of the town, considering that it still had power. Darn it, I thought it signed in. Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere. Well, that's why I'm going to turn my attention now over to the other computer and see if I can get it working. But yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some technical difficulties here. So I'm talking about how tomorrow's severe weather outbreak is likely going to progress while we correct the issue. And if I can't get it working, then we will probably have to do something. We'll have to figure something else out. But again, please bear with us. I'm working my best to correct the issue, and of course we'll get going once it's resolved. And then going to the next page, these are the possible locations of where the warm front might end up. And then these are the 2 time windows for the severe weather event. And of course, the orange area being, well, it is categorized. So, of course, green being marginal, yellow being slight, and then orange being enhanced. So, pretty much the greatest risk would be near central Illinois. So we're talking like LaSalle County, basically on the southern western border of Chicago. Oh, it looks like, yeah, I can't sign in on a... Oh, that's right, can't sign in on the main... Am I signed in on the Xbox app? Let me see if I am. Okay, so good to know. So I have to... So let me try signing out of Xbox on here and then signing back in. That might fix things. Because, of course, things get changed up and then it can't do anything. Let me see if I can open it from the... from the Xbox app. Okay, there we go. We got it fixed. And of course, they've made some changes, but I am not going to care about that. Okay, we got the issue resolved. So we'll get going here shortly after I finish talking about this. And then, of course, this is the most concerning, 2 to 9 p.m. the moderate risk area here, this is where the risk is higher for tornadoes, especially intense and long tracked ones. As we've seen several last week. We have seen several of them last week. Although viewers of the live coverage last week were not able to hear most of the bulletins from Northwest Indiana because, first off, from the area where my WR400 was, and it was locked in 2, I was not able to pick up KW39, and second of all, Lockport was off the air on that day. So this time, Lockport is up and running in full operation, so should be able to provide coverage of the event. And of course, the flash flooding threat also comes along with it. So yeah, flooding threat also comes along with all this stuff here. And then of course, there's some other information here about storm shelters, basements, and interior rooms being the best places to take cover when a tornado warning gets issued. And of course, they can be extremely dangerous. Oh, wait, go back to that thing. There we go. And of course, this is about flooding and how you should have the wireless alerts enabled. I did have wireless alerts, but when that tornado warning was issued for my county, I never got it. Well, of course, the most likely reason is that my specific area was not in the polygon, or the cellular tower might not have received it, or the cell tower might not have broadcasted the alert to my phone. I have wireless alerts enabled on it, but it just hasn't received it. But at least I got to see now, from a different viewer's perspective, what wireless alerts look like on the iPhone 17. I was thinking it was going to go through Dynamic Island, but it does not. So now I know what to expect. And then, of course, there's other resources too, especially heat safety and other info. All right. Okay, so now that we've gotten the technical problem with Roblox figured out, let's see what games we can still play. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Of course, Cornerstone is up first. So yeah, now that we got the technical problem figured out. And then there was also something I was going to talk about as well. So with tomorrow being a very active day of severe weather in the forecast, it is very likely that I am not going to be able to go back to downtown Downers Grove in the afternoon to catch any of the afternoon or the Amtrak trains on their way to Chicago, or even the ones coming out of the city. It's very likely I will not be able to see any of that. That's because safety, just like with, rail fanning and whatever, of course, in any situation, safety is, of course, the top priority. And, of course, I don't want to be running the risk of being caught in bad weather when I'm out there. When I'm out there watching the racetrack. When I'm out there watching the racetrack after a long day at work. See, I was talking a lot about during my dinner break tonight. Yeah, we've been talking about the plans for tomorrow, how I'm going to be pulled out of town early, so that way I can get back here before this moderate risk starts to play out. So essentially, the Downers Grove compilation tomorrow is going to be much shorter than today's episode. And I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what you can expect in today's episode, as I will get to work on production of that soon after we wrap up our show tonight. Now, I'd like to finish at 8:30 tonight, of course, for multiple reasons. First, so I can put Downers Grove together, get my radio station ready for tonight, finalize all the monitors for tomorrow, the plans and everything else. So basically plan out everything. That, and in addition to that, password on NBC, that's one thing. The other thing is getting the Downers Grove episode finished and getting the Downers Grove episode finalized and making sure that all the monitors are ready to go for tomorrow's severe weather outbreak. And what I will tell you is that in today's episode, the afternoon portion was actually a bit more exciting because I was not the only one there. There were actually a few other Rail fanners there as well. Yeah, there were a few other Rail fanners as well. Okay, something is up with this game. The balls are not even going into the holes like they should. Yeah, there is something wrong with this. I mean, it was working fine like the last time we played this, but now it's not somehow. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter what speed I set it to. It doesn't matter what speed I set it to. It'll just yield the same result. Yeah, it'll just keep doing that. I guess we may as well equip it, so backspace. Sure, let's start the narrator up. Oh, maybe it didn't take the command. Let me try that again.
Roblox.
There we go.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. Your score 0. Total 0. It's the game's fault. That's why. Gosh, hopefully this performs better. That's a little better. But alright. Let me get back to what I was talking about with some things with the job before I get into any of the afternoon stuff. Now, during a job today, I was able to find that 4th latitude that they had. I was talking about those latitude 3420s. And that latitude, as of right now, I found is in much better condition. So that actually now is very likely the one I plan to take as part of the upcoming hard replacements on their end. And from my end, it will be an addition/upgrade. So, great. I'll have more sticks of laptop RAM. So I could do, great. I can do a lot more with it. And I'll have another SSD to work with as well. So that's even better. Half Price Tuesday will end in 10 minutes. Yep, just like last week, it goes by Universal Coordinated Time. So once it hits midnight UTC, that's when it ends, and then everything goes back to normal price. Let's bring up 10. Why not?
Yeah, let's do this again. Yeah, let's go again. Oh yeah, that was one thing that happened at my job today. The other thing was afterwards, when I went to downtown Downers Grove again, as I said after the job, I was not the only rail fanner there. I was not the only one. There were actually several other rail fanners there as well. Two of which I don't know, but I got to see Sue Loves Trains. Yes, that Sue that I've been talking about a lot in person. I got to see her in person. She was at the Main Street. She was on the same Main Street platform I was, on the outbound side, catching the very same California Zephyr train that everybody else was. Low credits. That was only like oh, that's right, 27, and I only have 26. So now I've got 2. So now I've only got 2 left. All right, here we go. The party room will close in 2 minutes. But yeah, Sue. There was some other. There were like 2 or 3 other ones that were there with me too. Can't remember who the names of the other ones were, but yeah, I don't remember who the other ones were. I don't think I got I don't actually know who the other ones were because I never got any additional details on those, but I know they were there with me. So I mean, I was surprised to see Sue in person. And that's actually not all. She also caught some of the other trains too. That came by later on. Yeah, that came by later on. Now, if I pull up my recommended feed here, I see Neptune's catching up on stuff, like the Milwaukee test from Friday. Yeah, here we go. This was when Zephyr number 5 met a Metro inbound. I was on the Main Street platform catching that train because I wanted to see it at this crossing, but I saw the inbound Metro was going to get there first, so I decided to just go over back over to the Main Street platform to watch the Metro and get the doors are about to close message. And yeah, there were also the BNSF maintenance vehicles there too. So that wasn't the only one. There was also the BNSF maintenance vehicles. Plus the outbound Metra. I was on the other platform catching that one as well. I know she caught Zephyr number 6. I know she caught that. But I guess she hasn't uploaded it yet. So she caught Zephyr. She caught Southwest Chief number 3. And she caught Zephyr number 6. I know she caught that. So she caught those 2. I know. But I'm pretty sure she's going to get to uploading that. I'm sure she's going to get to uploading that eventually, but I'm sure that is going to be quite some time.
But yeah, I definitely was not expecting to see Sue in person along with a few other rail fanners as well. But I gotta say, it was amazing nonetheless. Plus all the other trains that I've been able to see. And as I've said, I'm going to get everything put together once we're done tonight. I'm just waiting for the live stream of Downers Grove to finish being processed, and then which usually takes about 12 hours for me to be able to, grab the footage so that I can put a compilation together. E. And yes, of course it worked. I was also playing around with the projector pen again. But yeah, it was great nonetheless. It was really great. And I was surprised to see her in downtown. I know she usually goes by downtown when the weather is nice. In fact, today was actually one of those nice days. Yeah, one of those nicer days. Yeah, one of those nicer days that you could actually go out downtown to actually watch all the Amtrak and freight stuff go through. This one was was this from the 1770s. This one was from June 2nd. Somebody else just found footage of the big boy in Elburn. Oh, and in regards to the big boy, I found out that based on schedules, sadly, we'll not be able to see it again in Lockport, like I was hoping I would. But you know what? That's something. You know what? I don't care. I mean, if it was possible, I would have loved to see it. I would love to see it again in Lockport if possible. But if not, that's all right. That's totally all right because I've already gotten to see it. I've already got to see it I already got to see it pass by during its tour when it went through Chicago the first time. So unfortunately, it won't get the pick and choose comparison like I was hoping, but it's okay. As I've said, I'll probably just use I'm already considering using the Geneva footage for the opening sequence for Ticket to Ride next year. But of course, I won't get to start on production for the Christmas 2026 or 2027 intros until we get to the summer season. So as we're continuing with this, let me go ahead and talk about the weekly schedule with this severe weather outbreak getting close to ensuing. Now, we're going to air the new program showcase. We're going to take this opportunity, considering that the showcase is only about 2 hours long, on the main, and we are going to air it immediately following this program tonight. So we're going to air the new program showcase on Playfield TV immediately following tonight's program. And of course, tomorrow morning, we'll be back in Downers Grove once again. And then I'll come back home and we will start coverage almost immediately. So I'll just make sure everything's ready to go. Make sure I got the radio connected properly, Sharp WX is running, and then coverage will commence. And probably also later tonight, I should make some adjustments and just make sure that everything looks accurate. So that way, there's not a bleed through of a Discord call options menu at the bottom of the screen. That's gonna do it.
Hashtag at members list message backspace at Roblox s
Exclamation point.
exclamation point.
Yeah, that's got to do it. So, of course, tomorrow morning will again be Downers Grove, then coverage in the afternoon. Then Thursday in the afternoon, we will make up the rest of the 2 remaining games that we have on our list. And it's mainly the 3 weeks worth of Wheel of Fortune Deluxe and Monopoly. Of course, we'll do tomorrow's WMBS word game. We're going to do all of that. Yeah, of course, we're going to do all of that during during Thursday's show. And then maybe we might go live for something else on Wednesday night after coverage to accommodate for the extra time. But I'll think about it. Yeah, of course it was a bust. Soonero.
Question mark.
But yeah, as of right now, I am not liking where Wednesday's going. But of course, I will keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that moderate risk while I'm at work, seeing how everything's going to play out. Yeah, seeing how everything's going to play out. And then see if I need to make any changes. I've actually already written down a list of which offices will more than likely postpone their weekly tomorrow because of the threat of severe weather. I hope Northern Indiana and Grand Rapids, or one of the two, postpone it this time instead of going for it. But again, I don't blame them for doing it before the weather got bad. So. Isunero.
Server side members list for Roblox. Number sign.
So we get this big jackpot here. Now, where was that talking news recording I was having fun with?
Location is not available.
Location is not available. My gosh, I haven't even touched it in a good while. Why am I even keeping those?
Talking friends.
Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, that was one of the many videos I've been watching off air over the weekend. That's great. This one was playing Phenomena 8. And it's still playing Phenomena 8 for some reason. Oh, now it changed. Now it sounds like Shark. And no, I'm not talking about Shark from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Cannot read properties of null. It can't read properties of null.
double. Servers east. Smart ID.
Well, that's of course what you'll be expecting during tomorrow's live coverage. Let's see what's going on with this, because it was working fine earlier. Okay. I'm just going to restart it altogether. But sometimes restarting this fixes the issue. Alright, that should fix something. I hope. There we go. Problem fixed.
Space.
Okay, now there's no music playing at all. But it's alright. That's alright. That was one of them.
Task arcade. Start. Talking French.
Alright, here's another one. It's the same one, but slower. It's the same thing, but slower. Oh, jeez. I had a lot of fun with that one. So great. Now 4 latitudes are going to become 1 latitude. And I'll have extra RAM to use as parts later. That's amazing, isn't it?
Space. Space. Talking Hindenburg.
Now where was that other one?
Talking Hindenburg. Talking Hindenburg. 200. Adjustments and rotating.
Oh, here we go. 26th century dog.
Space.
New notification from Element. E.
Space. Space.
Sure, why don't we add more copies of that? Oh gosh, with the cat, no. Oh gosh. So now we have the normal and high pitched together.
System tray overflow with built element 1 5 volt chat with message composer region. Send a message. Edit. Send a message.
Sure. Let's run 2 element calls simultaneously again.
Talking Roblox. Talking Roblox.
Oh, and it just went away. Sure, I'd love to.
Element delete voice. Element call. Menu item.
And go! Element calls finished loading.
Space.
What if I click cancel?
Space.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Space. Taskbar pane. Quick settings.
Oh, it's
Element
muted.
group. Element Roblox.
Element Roblox.
Oh, you're good. I got it.
At symbol. At symbol. At symbol. At symbol. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
My turn now. What's going on, Desmond Field?
Desmond Bald is playing Roblox.
Space.
Good thing he didn't call me while I was asleep in the middle of the night. Otherwise, I would have called him at 6 in the morning, and that would not have been fun.
Yeah, you would knock his blood.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that would not have been fun at all.
Space. Space.
Trying to do a better, just do this thing better, do a better job at this. I wish Elton would do a better job. Calls like in the background. I think they'll obviously it's just on mobile.
Adjustments in effects window.
Adjustments and effects window.
Essential tab.
What you playing, Justin?
Let's invert the colors.
Colors.
Adjustments and effects window.
The talking ginger clip with inverted colors. Yeah, that and we're playing arcade games. And soon we're gonna transition to another game.
Space.
Backspace.
Backspace.
It goes repetition.
Grave accent. Grave accent.
It goes repetition, guys.
Grave accent. Grave accent.
Space.
Grave accent. Grave accent.
That number, and I swear to God.
Space.
Opening parenthesis. Closing parenthesis.
Closing parenthesis.
Keeps pressing the keys. Can't do what to do with yourself anymore.
Come on, let's get that bonus ball. Nope, it didn't work.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and I'm out of credits, so not gonna try anymore. Okay. The mini golf game. Let's play that one next.
Less than sign.
Less than sign. Greater than sign. Greater than sign.
Asterisk. 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 Asterisk.
Asterisk. Asterisk. Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Yeah, and I've been pretty much sleeping all day anyway. Which sucks. Oh, I hear sound effects. What's he playing over
I
there?
might have came a little too late. Oh, I didn't miss too much. I only came after hole 6 of 18. But that's right. We're gonna stick around for a full 18-hole game.
Oh, yeah, that. Oh, yeah, the 18-hole. What is it? That card game too?
The Uno game, we are gonna get to that after. We're gonna get to that after
There's
this.
like cards inside this 18-hole game. I guess it's called.
Start window.
At the soon arrow.
Start
At
window.
the soon arrow. Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Backspace.
Backspace. At use server side.
Now where's that other character map?
Character map.
Oh, no.
Start window.
And
Search
pull up a
Search
notepad
box.
window.
WFF untitled. Character map dial. Select. Character grid. Select. Character grid. Select. Character. Select. Character grid. Select. Character. Select. Character grid. Select. Character. Select. Character grid. Select. Character grid. Select. Character grid. Select. Character grid.
A fourth.
But character grid.
A half.
Select. Character grid. Select.
Inverted
Character
question
select
mark.
Button. Alt plus S.
Inverted
Character
exclamation mark.
Select. Character.
Set
select,
sign.
Character. Select.
Even the
Character.
Spanish
Select.
exclamation lord.
Alt plus X. Character Roblox.
The Spanish Marcos.
Insert
You go back to the
No,
character
she
map.
knows.
map dialog. Select.
Marcos, it's Marcos the
Character group,
exclamation.
select.
I think it's how
Character
it's
group,
pronounced.
Button. Alt character group. Select. Character grid. Select. Character grid. Select. But character grid. Select. Character grid. Select. Character
Medical
select.
state
Character
exclamation
select. Character
exclamation
select. Character select.
I'm
Character
not sure.
select. Character select. Character
I took
select.
Spanish high
Character
school. I don't remember everything, so I'm sorry.
Left arrow. Help character map dialog. Down arrow.
Now, what other characters have we got?
U plus A7. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. U plus up arrow.
I might have passed it.
Plus two.
Yeah, here we go.
Up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, down arrow, down arrow, friction head. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
U plus select. U plus select. U plus select. U plus select. U plus 2004. Select. Asterisk A
I hear
Roblox.
sound effect. There he goes. Definitely fun. The Roblox experience. He's having there.
Yep, not just that, but also getting ready. The narrators say a whole bunch of characters and whatever other things I can make it say.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's fun though.
Search character asterisk A character select U plus select U plus select button U plus 2 select button U plus select but U plus 2 select U plus 2004 select U plus 2 select but U plus 2004 select
U plus 2004.
U plus 2 select U plus select U plus 2 select U plus select U plus select U plus 2 select U plus 2000 select U plus 2000 select U plus select U plus select button U plus 2000 select Roblox.
Yeah, and to make this process a little more efficient,
Search box. Find the setting.
just so David doesn't have to say the arrows. I'm gonna turn off the toggle for arrow.
Search window.
Just temporarily.
Character map dialog. Select button. Alt plus S. U plus 2004. 3 were M space. 2500. U plus select. U plus 2 select. U plus 2000 select. U plus 2
Let's see what else we got.
U plus 2 select. U plus 2004 select. U plus select. U plus select. U plus select. U plus 2004 select. Roblox. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Alright, let's continue here.
U plus select. U plus select. U plus 2000 select. U plus 2000 select. U plus 2 select. Button. U plus 2004 select. U plus 2004 select.
Look at the Jill game.
Select.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but it's not.
Select.
It's a golf game.
Select. U plus select. U plus 2000 select. U plus 2000 select.
Alright, so now I'm on to the algebra symbols.
Select. U plus 2 select. U plus select. U plus select. U plus 2 select.
Yeah, the right angle, intersection, integral.
Intersection. What about the bisection and the trisection?
The bisection and the trisection. That's something we might get to.
No, but that has to be part of the character list. It's such an angle, but with like one or two different lines on it. That works. The bisecting symbol.
Oh, well, I'll see if I can locate it on that list.
I don't know if it lives on it. It might not be like the right character type, but I know it should be a bisection and trisection.
2004. Space. 2,508 of 3,411. Press spacebar to view magnified character or enter to select. U+2, select. Select.
Alright, let's paste it in.
New line.
And here I'm going to turn the Roblox game down.
Device list. Roblox group. Volume. Quick settings pane. OB properties for application audio capture. Beta. Window.
I don't think I can. Oh, narrator.
Combo.
OBS
There
January.
we go. So now you're hearing just the narrator and nothing else.
Greater than or
Yeah.
equal to sign.
Greater than or equal to sign. Alright,
Sir-
back over here.
Less than or equal to sign. Identical to, is not equal to sign, almost equal to, integral, intersection. Infinity, square root. N-ary summation, pi. Partial differential. Up-down arrow, left-right arrow, downward
Partial
arrow,
differential?
rightward arrow, upward arrow, leftward
Oh
arrow.
my god.
7/8, 5/8, 3/8, 1/8, 2/3, 1/3. Cap ohm sign, trademark, sound recording copyright, numero sign.
Numeral sign.
Turkish lira sign, Indian rupee sign. Ukrainian hryvnia sign. Paraguayan guarani sign, Cuban peso sign. Mongolian tug rik sign, Laotian kip sign, Euro sign, Vietnamese dong sign.
He's done, son.
E.
It's
R.
pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what I'm finding in the character set.
Yeah.
R. Exclamation point.
Alright, back to the
Ro-
notepad
search
documents
window.
to continue.
New shekel sign. 1 sign. Naira sign. Cruzeiro sign. Costa Rican cologne sign. Pilcrow sign. Cap E with circumflex. Superscript 3. Prime. Superscript 2. Prime.
Prime. I was surprised it's not saying triple prime.
Superscript 2. Plus minus. Degree. Dash. Registered trademark. Left pointing double angle quotation mark. Feminine ordinal indicator. Roblox.
The original indicator. Those all sound like crazy, but at the same time, great symbols.
Asterisk AA. Copyright. Diaresis. Broken bar. Yen sign. Currency sign. Pound sign. Cent sign. Inverted exclamation mark. 3/4. 1/2. 1/4. 1/4. Right pointing double angle quotation mark. Pilcrow sign. Micro sign. Cap Latin letter AE. Cap A with diaresis. Cap A with tilde. Cap A with circumflex. Cap A with acute. Cap A with grave.
And that's the end of the list.
Oh my god.
Now, where was that? Now, what was that other thing I tried? Where it would just repeat the same lines?
Costa Rica. Intersection. C.
Let's see. If
Costa
I
Rica.
can...
V.
Same line.
Intersection. C.
Yeah.
V. Integral. Rope.
Let's see if I remember how I got it to say it. See if I can get it to repeat the effect.
Search window.
It was. It was
A. C. In V. A 1/4 1/4. Indefinite integral mathematical intersection symbol E Costa Rican Cologne Nigerian Naira Korean 1 Vietnamese Dong Euro Laotian Kip Mongolian Tug Rik Cuban Peso Paraguayan Guarani Ukrainian Hryvnia Indian Rupee Turkish Lira Trademark 1/3 2/3 1/8 3/8 5/8 7/8 leftward arrow upward arrow rightward arrow downward arrow left right Roblox.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of a sample.
Oh my god.
Search window.
Yeah, and to make
Roblox.
these even better, I was even drawing the symbols into the document with a projector pen.
Oh my god.
That's how much fun I've had with that projector since I first known about those pens.
Search window.
Was that at your job?
That's exactly what those pictures were. Yeah, where I drew over a picture of a Blue Eyes White Dragon card, and then the second one being following the moderate risk with it being projected onto the wall. I had a short video where I just scrolled through Portillo's menu, but decided not to include it. There was another one I had where I just drew all over the screen and with the maximum size of a black
Roblox.
pen. And literally the screen that was being projected was just the size of a single brick.
Brick?
Yep, the size of a single brick.
Oh, brick. Oh
Of a
my
single
God.
brick slab.
Oh my gosh.
That's how crazy I went last week.
A lot of storms today in our area. It's kind of fun.
But of course the biggest one of the batch will be tomorrow.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got a moderate for a majority of yeah. Level 4 out of 5 moderate risk.
Search window. 7/8, 5/8, 3/8.
Was it for you guys or for
Inverted exclamation mark. Cent sign, inverted exclamation mark, exclamation point, inverted exclamation mark, exclamation point.
Well, actually, we're already under
Pound sign, currency sign, yen sign, broken bar, diaresis, copyright, feminine ordinal indicator.
Oh, dang.
Now where was that other sign? I was
Character
pointing
map
at
dial.
earlier? I might not have gotten to it, didn't I?
U plus 2 A. Select, copy, at.
Wow,
V.
it looks like it's
Section
gonna cool
sign,
off to
broken bar,
66 degrees.
section
Holy
sign,
cow.
broken bar, section sign, 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 section sign,
Section sign.
Roblox,
Sections.
section sign, section sign, section sign, section sign,
Where's my section sign?
taskbar,
My
quick
section sign.
quick
Whoa,
settings,
whoa.
Roblox, Roblox, dollar sign, at, up down arrow, partial differential, Roblox, R, asterisk, pot, n a summation, square root, infinity, 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 intersection, integral, intersection, integral, almost equal to, almost equal to, almost equal to, is not equal to sign, is not equal to sign, is not equal to sign, identical to, less than or equal to sign, identical to, less than or equal to sign, identical to,
Oh yeah, I can
blank.
make
295-0823-5, 23, 6,
I can try a
A,
bunch
A, A, A,
of crazy
C,
statements.
V, 3,
Oh, wow.
5, Roblox,
That I've already been made aware of.
search window, asterisk A, 2, blank. 295082333636 less than or equal to 25092358209853.
Less than or equal to. Let's try
Sick.
different.
New line. Less than or equal to sign. 5. Blank. 2956 less than or equal to 25092358. Percent sign. 2956 less than or equal to 2. Percent sign. Percent sign. Roblox.
Care, Amazon.
Search window, asterisk AAAAAAE 1/4 1/4 1/2 3/4, cent pound unspecified currency yen copyright registered degree plus or minus. Search
Now
window,
let's
search
let's
box,
see what else I
edit,
can
tab
achieve.
pane, untype, loading complete, loading page,
Loading
scan,
page,
Google
loading
text
complete.
translation, asterisk, new tab and one, tab 0 tab item, address and loading complete, scan, IceCast streaming media server, IceCast streaming media server has finished loading, IceCast streaming media server, heading level 1 IceCast, Roblox,
status.
scan off.
Yeah, just whatever I could have fun
R.
with. I took advantage of it.
Search window, search box, text. Narrator window heading level 1, scan, welcome to narrator, heading level 1, welcome to narrator. Roblox, scan off. R. Not a narrator command.
Not a narrator command. Not a narrator command.
Not a narrator command. Not a narrator command. Not a narrator command. Search window, search box. Asterisk.
Not a narrator.
Narrator.
Command.
Exclamation point. Command. Not a narrator command. Cap E with circumflex. Not a narrator command.
Not a narrator command.
New command. IceCast. Text is not editable. Text is not editable. Text is not editable.
Text is not.
Text is not editable. Text is not editable. Scan off. Scan. Item has no secondary action. Roblox. Scan off. R.
R.
I hear golf balls.
Of course.
Search with item O. Cannot take S. Focus. New line. Text editor. Text editor. Editing. Single quote. You. On a. To. Move. M. Narrate. O. R. Cursor. G. Space. Single. E. T. E. Unable to move narrator cursor. Single quote.
Single quote.
Item cannot take focus. Not a narrator command. Blank. Blank. Single quote.
Single quote. Single quote.
Roblox. Taskbar pane. Windows pane. Roblox.
Oh,
R.
wrong side. There we go.
Exclamation point. Search window. Task. New line. EX. M. Exclamation. T. Single. Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
T. New line. Point. T. A. M. Misspelled. Mathematical. Intersection. L. Pop-up window. Undo. Menu. Pop-up window. S. E. Exclamation point. Mathematical intersection symbol.
Mathematical intersection symbol.
At symbol.
Oh my
S.
God.
At symbol.
Just the one.
Blank. Indefinite integral mathematical symbol.
Indefinite
Space. Indefinite. E-G-R-L. Space. Misspelled. Roblox.
Integral.
R. R. Search window. Search. G. Menu. Asterisk AAAAAE 1/4 tech. Blank. Indefinite integral.
Indefinite integral. Indefinite integral. Oh, there's when it played Seal at Terray. I wonder what it's playing now. Oh, now it's playing. Now it's playing Graph.
Oh God, that song. I hate that song. Why is it whenever I'm on chat, it always plays my song for such stupid reason?
Roblox.
Well, of course, everything is shuffled at random, so you never know what it's gonna pick.
but something is just wrong
R.
with that shuffler because every single time I'm
Search window. Tab.
it seems like it's
Bullet.
Ugh.
Hashtag general W.
Alright, so I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, we only have an hour left here before.
Search window.
So.
Element.
The weather situation starts.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. Yeah, that.
Nice. See you, man. Bye bye.
Well, hey, the one
Search
I
tab.
wanted to get his
Cap
daily
S.
call-in,
Root
so he got what he wanted. So
Quit.
now I'm just gonna
System
close
tray
all of it
overflow
and forget
window.
about it.
Pane. Discord. Exclamation point. R.
'Cause, I mean, I got other things to do tonight after we're done. Like putting Downers Grove together, setting the station up for tomorrow, making sure all the monitors are set, and everything like that. In that case, that's enough of the narrator talking.
Exiting narrator.
Let me turn the arrow toggle on. Make sure the desktop audio is totally off. Oh yeah, there's the. Oh yeah, the 26th century dog. This is the shorter version of the. This is the shorter of the two girdles I've got. How the heck are we supposed to aim it at the hole? That's enough of that. I'll go ahead and close all this out. And I think there was something else I wanted to get done tonight, too. Setting up Phenomena 6 for... Because I don't remember if I copied those over to my phone or not. Library. I did not. So that is something I will totally do tonight. Yeah, too bad it's not going to display the title, because I haven't been able to get that widget working again, but I'll get it figured out when I can. Well, as I've said, Thursday might be my best bet. But yeah, there's something on Thursday I want to try. So... So yeah, I'd like to, give it a try before I decide my next move in terms of the hardware stuff. And I'll probably go back on the Spirit Thunderstorm watch that got issued earlier. After we're done as well. Plus, I shouldn't also forget that I want to carry over a special song, too, to use exclusively for the trip. Yeah, that I'll use exclusively for the trip. But I'll still try to integrate my chiptune stuff as much as possible. Let's take a look at I am here. Oh, I see why. It was originally for Benton. Oh, Burns Harbor to Michigan City. That's what set off Lockport. And there wasn't even a mesoscale discussion. Which I'm very surprised. At. So there was just that one warning and that was it. There wasn't anything else. Depending on what stations got it that I had in my list, I'll go back on that. Like I said, after the show tonight, when I finalize everything for today and get everything ready for tomorrow, determine plans and everything, and all that. So after this game, we'll move on to that Uno game, which probably will be our last one. Unless we have time for another game. got 2 holes to go. Too bad we can't hear too much of the music now, but it's not like that matters. Yeah, 20 tornadoes from last week's outbreak alone. That is crazy.
I'm coming. Booty. Don't touch me. You're fast. Do you wanna do it? Just this one. Maybe you should take it off to clean it.
But yeah, I have a good feeling this is going to add on to the damage that's already there. But we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. That's why after we go off the air, as I said, after we go off the air tonight, we've got to make preparations for coverage tomorrow. Yeah, make preparations for coverage tomorrow and other stuff. All right, and that is that. All right, now for Uno. Let's just do the MGD mode again. experience that they remember for the rest of their lives. Seeing this locomotive. Intel bloopers. It's the Mark voice. Oh, jeez. Oh no.
Official?
Yeah, I've been having fun watching these videos of logo bloopers and everything.
Official.
Oh jeez.
Official?
I see Thunderboy's up on his got his compilation up from
Official!
special?
Intel logo history in G major 4.
You know what, babe?
Oh
Okay,
my
you know what?
gosh.
This is very aggravating.
Show for the fans!
I give you all this time you have me. Don't put that back on.
Oh, jeez. And that's the game. Alright. Now we're going to move on. We haven't touched Sensory World yet, so let's do it. And that's only part of it. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, so we've only got about half an hour left, so let's take advantage of it while we can. And I'll probably make a... Okay, well, let me get this straight here. Let me get this straight here of exactly what I'm going to be doing after we go off the air tonight. I gotta get the monitors, make sure that the monitors are set on my station for tomorrow. Yeah, that for tomorrow. Plus, also the Downers Grove episode from earlier this morning, and then also the 2 products I gotta go back on from today. That's Severe Thunderstorm Watch and the Warning for Benton, Indiana. And then if Chicago can actually do the weekly properly, I'll include it at the end. I'll include it at the end of the compilation on Thursday when I get that put together. And at this point, I was also rethinking about whether we could do Ticket to Ride Thursday or not. I'm still thinking no, we're not going to do it. Because, I mean, we're going to do it in like a few days after that. We're still going to do it like a few days later anyway. So, yeah. So then again, we're only going to play a few more games before we wrap things up here tonight. And of course, part of putting Downers Grove together includes grabbing the footage from the live stream from earlier this morning. And then I've already sent over all the stuff that I captured on my phone. So I'm going to put that all together, and then also I'm going to do a pretty familiar combination that I've done. And let me see if I still have that combo. So basically, since Odyssey of Emotions includes some elements from Beyond Space later on, I was thinking, why don't I include both songs together as a package? No, as I said, include both songs together as one. No, Odyssey of Emotions going straight to Beyond Space or reality, whatever. That in addition to Phenomena 6, which I actually have really been enjoying. I'll probably use that for pretty much. There's a lot of things I gotta get ready for tonight. The severe weather event tomorrow. Got to get Downers Grove put together. I want to get the songs ready for when we actually head out on the trip. And I'm still debating as to whether or not I want to make a modified edition of another song. So I could use it as like one of my bedtime soundtracks, while I'm there. Because I planned for it, and I tried it as part of spring break, during spring break back in March. So I thought, why don't I go ahead and actually put it to good use? So. They refresh in 3 minutes. So that's what it sounds like. See if we can get any more credits here before we move on. That's 40. Let's play this one more time. See if we can do it again. Nope, not this time. Oh well. Alright. Let's see how many more games we can fit in. That Doghouse game. Then select arming mode. I can just open this up. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm very sure. I don't know if that sound is an alarm clock or what. We're going to open it. Now let's send the product that Chicago is more than likely going to be sending multiple times tomorrow.
This is an urgent message. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. A severe thunderstorm was located and is capable of producing a damaging tornado. And its hazard, tornado, source, radar. Impact, tornadoes can form quickly and cause extreme damage to homes, vehicles, and businesses. Do not wait to see or hear a tornado. Take shelter immediately. Tornadoes can produce extreme winds 65 miles per hour and above. Flying debris will be deadly to those caught without shelter. If you are outdoors, lie down in the nearest ditch or enter a public building to take shelter.
Well, I would have had to take shelter in the train station building if I was still in downtown Downers Grove at like 3 p.m. when all that severe weather stuff went down. But of course, I also can't forget about preparing for power outages again. Alright, I think we've left this on for long enough. Yeah, I think this is as much as I'll fill up for this point. So while we wait for the thing I sent to expire, I thought I could go ahead and break down a little bit of the tech upgrades that I've been talking about a lot, and I'll continue talking about it very frequently here as we get closer to it. At this point now, it's very likely that it's not going to be until next month that we'll get to the tech upgrades. So if I look at the calendar, tomorrow's going to be the last day in Downers Grove for me before the trip. As then the 22nd through the 26th, then won't be able to go. And then the 29th through the 3rd, of course, I'll be on like the other side of the country. So it'll likely be July 6th that Downers Grove will return, as of right now. And it'll be very likely that around that time frame, we'll pretty much then get into the process of planning out the upgrades for planning out actually getting those those other PCs moved out altogether. So now let me talk about where these upgrades are actually heading. What I'm planning to do. As I've just said, I had earlier today discovered that there is that fourth Dell Latitude 3420. I was expecting that, but I couldn't remember if I had seen that or not. I have. So, what am I gonna do? Actually, taking a look further at that thing, I actually am planning on taking that one with me instead of the other one because I think that meets all the criteria, as I want it to be in as good of a condition as possible. But I'll think about it a little more I'll talk about it a little more in a minute. But first, why don't we send out that other product that I've been wanting to send out? That one. The closest I can get to an emergency action notification in this game.
A nuclear power plant warning has been issued. All residents within 50 miles of the plant shall immediately proceed to a shelter and remain there until further notice. A life-threatening emergency is occurring. Turn off all open-air systems, close windows and doors, and proceed to a shelter as fast as possible. Do not wait.
Well, that was that. So, considering the specs of all those Latitudes, each have those larger 4-cell batteries, so that means I can't put a 2.5-inch hard drive in there, which is a shame, but that's okay, because I've already got other plans in mind. Each of those 4 Latitudes have 8 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM, and a 256 gigabyte 2230 M.2 SSD. So what do I plan on doing? One of them is coming home with me, of course. So I plan to turn 4 into 1. The one that's coming with me will be upgraded. I'm going to add another 8 gigabytes of RAM to it for a grand total of 16 gigabytes. In addition, I'll be upgrading the storage, the solid-state storage, from the factory 256 gigabytes to 1 terabyte. Depending on whichever RAM sticks are left, I will add them to the Lenovo PC and see what kind of any additional upgrades I can make. I believe there's also supposed to be a Lenovo PC coming home too. I might actually take a second Latitude home as well. Might end up taking a second one home as well. But, of course, it'll depend on what kind of, but I guess it'll depend on how much of the RAM is left after I make all the upgrades and enhancements and everything to each of the PCs. So, either 4 will become 1, or 4 will become 2. Don't know that for sure. I'll find that out exactly when we get closer. But my plan is to only upgrade the RAM in the Lenovo laptop once I get a hold of it, and the solid-state drive from the factory will stay in that machine. So then that would leave me with 4 or 3 M.2 2230 SSDs. One I know is going in the small form factor. That's going to be where the 2280 drive it was, or is as of right now, but pretty much then it would be was. I'm going to swap that out and put 256 gig one of the 2230 drives in there, and that will be its new method of storage. Of course, I'll clone the hard drive so that way the process will be, and I'll clone the hard drive so that way the transfer process will be fast and efficient, and we can have it then return to normal operation quickly. So those are just three of the things. The other thing is on Thursday, what I would like to do, if possible, if not, I'll wait till Friday, is I want to see if I can run my 7506 without the battery connected and see if it runs without the processor crashing the system every 30 seconds or even before I even get a chance to sign in. That's what I want to see, if that ends up fixing the problem. If it does not, and I think this is pretty likely the case, then I will unfortunately be decommissioning that laptop. That Latitude is going to be its replacement, and the other pieces from that computer will just be used as spare parts. The SSD and the RAM, those will be used as spare parts in all my other machines. So this could be great. 2 Latitude laptops plus a Lenovo. Well, what am I going to do with the other Latitude? I don't know. But I know I'm going to be retired. I'm also going to be sending away the XPS laptop and those 2 ThinkPads that I've been storing in the basement for quite some time without any sort of use. So, but before I retire the XPS, I gotta get it off our Bitdefender account as well as wipe the SSD. But I want to make a backup of the factory partition structure since it's still intact after all these years. So that way I can put it onto a virtual machine or maybe someday put it on the Internet Archive. I don't know. But it'd be nice. But it's fine as it is for now. So I'm not too worried about it. But then where are those 2 SSDs going? The 2280 256 and that 128 are then going to go into my M.2 card, PCIe card, that I have on my main system. So basically I'll just be using it as additional storage. I'll see how big that Lenovo laptop storage is, again, once I get a hold of it. And I'll see if I can do any additional upgrades and enhancements with that machine. So, right now, we don't know how the Lenovo is going to play out, but I pretty much have the plans in place for the Latitude. So pretty much this is like a revival of that Latitude that I had previously, but then sent away considering 10 was going out of support, and I had already brought in newer systems. Ones that were compatible with 11. Which reminds me, I have not checked. I know I've left Windows Update on for a while. I know one or many of them had not yet received the new Secure Boot certificates. And I don't think this guy's gotten the new certificates yet either. I'm leaving Windows Update on so that way the new certificates can come down. But if the power does go out, when it does restart, I'm pretty sure Windows Update will check for the new certificates. Or maybe it'll just apply them on its own. I don't know. 3060 small form factor got the certificates already. The 3670, I can't remember if it got the certificates. I can't remember if it got the certificates. I want to take a look. It has gotten the certificates. So it has gotten the new Secure Boot certificates. And all my other computers have also gotten the certificates as well. And yeah, with the upcoming Secure Boot expiration,
That's another reason why I'm sending away those ThinkPads, considering they're not secure boot compliant and they're more than likely and that they're not going to receive the 2023 secure boot certificates at all. Not one chance. But so yeah, that's where the tech upgrades where the progress of the tech upgrades currently stand. Of course, I'm doing thorough testing of that Latitude, just seeing how capable it is. But of course, before it comes to me, staff's info on it has to come out. That's the light, really? Okay. And there's the sprinklers already hard at work. Alright, now let's turn it off. Just gotta push the button, and once the lights go totally out, that's a sign that the sprinkler system has been turned off. There you go. They're all down. They're not running. But yeah, I did say what I said. That's where I'm looking to accomplish here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to accomplish here in the coming month. But I furthermore am looking forward to I am furthermore looking forward to a great trip ahead. As I haven't been back to the Palmetto State in quite a long time, so I have a good feeling this is going to be very exciting. What will be in store this year? Although it really won't be much in terms of, stuff to see, but rather it's about. I think it's mainly going to be just, getting together and enjoying family time and whatnot. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'll have 2 pools. Well, actually, yeah, we're about done here anyway. But yeah, this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. I'm gonna have 2 swimming pools available to me, but of course, letting my other family members use it. 2 swimming pools, a working hot tub, all at my discretion. Because over the past several nights, I've been thinking about something I've been wanting to do for the first time in 3.5 years. I'm not going to talk about it on air. No, no, no. I want to keep it to myself. There's a very good reason why I want to keep it to myself. So I'm not going to let that fly out anywhere. And whatever I do, I'm keeping that internally. No, I would not share that kind of stuff. I know better. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for tonight. Of course, I want to make sure that I do my snack break, and I want to make sure you all see the new content, as well as get ready for tomorrow's severe weather outbreak. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good, but at least when I'm away from home, this will probably not be a big problem. At least I hope it won't be a big problem. But that's why 1 or more of my weather alert radios will be coming with me during the trip. That way, if anything is to end up happening while we're there, I'll make sure that,
we stay informed, because that's what No Weather Radio is designed to do. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back with you. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. sharp once again for what will be the last Downers Grove episode of the month of June. And it will be episode 10 of the series. And then, of course, I plan to be back much earlier. So currently estimating a 2 p.m. return time. So when I do get back, we'll get set up for coverage. And we will do coverage of the moderate risk. And then, depending on how long that takes, we might actually have time to play, depending on how long this coverage goes and what happens afterwards. That will determine whether we can play other games after. So that being this week's word game, we could get that done. We could do the single duels of Yu-Gi-Oh! With, of course, Kaiba and Joey, and then Yahtzee afterwards. But, of course, it depends on how this outbreak plays out. I really am not liking where this is going, but, of course, as the National Weather Service says, I'm keeping up with the latest forecasts and staying up to date on the latest information, but I'm very certain that we're going to get the full information when that final packet update is released tomorrow morning. So with that being said, that is it for us here tonight. Thank you for joining us. But for those watching on Plainfield TV, don't go away, because the new program showcase is coming up next. And we'll be back here again. We'll be back again in downtown Downers Grove tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And then, of course, the coverage of the moderate risk later that night. So I hope everybody's preparing for that as much as we are. But until then, I'm Mr. Plantfaldy. We wish all of you a very pleasant good night.